Hey friends, it's Jacqueline here. In today's video, I'm bringing you my review and full day wear test on the brand new Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to know all the details about this new Nars foundation, how it works on dry, sensitive, over 40 mature skin, then just keep on watching. Yet another foundation review between Chanel, Charlotte Tilbury, DIOR reformulated Forever foundation, and now into Nars and their new light reflecting foundation. This foundation comes in 36 shades. It costs $49. It's made in USA. It comes with 1 fluid ounces. The shelf life is 24 months. It does have a natural finish with a medium coverage, and it does have some claims about smoothing out imperfections, minimize the appearance of enlarged pores, fine lines. I'm gonna read right here a little bit of what it says about this foundation. This foundation is an advanced makeup skincare hybrid foundation with a natural finish that quickly blurs and smooths while visibly improves skin clarity over time. The 4 key ingredients are biomedic oat, which reduces the appearance of redness. Milk thistle helps to reduce the negative effect of environmental stressors. Cacao peptides that helps to reduce the negative effect of blue light on the skin, and Japanese lily turf, which immediately strengthens skin barrier, helping to maintain its moisture. This looks very promising for a person like me. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel, and welcome to all of you, my friends. I have what is considered mature skin. I'm on my 4th floor. I do have dry skin on the perimeters of my face, a little bit more normal skin on this area right here, enlarged pores right here, fine lines here, a lot of dryness right here, and my fine lines really show on my forehead. I also have a little bit of texture, not too much, a little, and then I do have some redness. I do have a ton of freckles and a few sun spots here and there. So to me, anything that has to do with something that is more natural finish, or that it has a little bit of radiance, or this one right here that the name entails light reflecting foundation, that it will reflect a little bit the light, giving that healthy glow, to me it really attracts me. So I'm really excited to give it a go to this foundation. So let's just take a quick peek to the Unicard right here, aligned with the line of Nars. I mean, there's nothing different, nothing crazy right here. And I'm looking right here to the ingredient list. The first ingredient is water. Then we have glycol, we do have some glycerin, we do have the Japanese root extract that they were talking about, also the cocoa acid extract, curcuma too, which is turmeric root. And then looking down below, I don't see any fragrance added or perfume added, which that's great. At the very end, we have mica and titanium dioxide. I got it in the shade medium 1 Punjab, which, by the way, I will be leaving all the details of this foundation, the links where to get it, on the description box below, along with the rest of my makeup. Again, everything will be linked on the description box below, and I greatly appreciate of all of you that use my links to support my channel. You know, it doesn't cost you anything, but if you're shopping, I greatly appreciate when you shop through my links. You don't have to, but I'm very appreciative of that. And by the way, again, if you're new here, when I do my reviews, I film them in natural light, so hopefully this really helps you to really see how the product will look if you were looking at it in person. Okay friends, now Punjab is my shade on Nars, and actually it's one of my closest shade match. Now this foundation comes in a glass bottle, which is perfect for recycling. And voila, it does have a pump, which I'm really happy about, because there's one foundation from Nars that it doesn't have a pump, and it really is a little bit annoying when, you know, it doesn't have a pump, at least to me. I mean, I know for makeup artists it really doesn't matter. And now it says back here to shake really well before applying it. So here right there, it's very liquidy, so definitely we need to shake it. Typically, I use a pore minimizer primer on this area right here, which is my Tatcha, the liquid silk canvas. I'm gonna skip it today just to see how the foundation wears on me, how it looks on my skin. And Right now I only have my skincare, which I applied it early in the morning, and then my SPF. That's all what I have. And my SPF I had applied already like 30 or even 40 minutes ago, so my skin already has absorbed it, and this foundation doesn't have any SPF. This foundation surely is very runny and liquidy. For the application, I'm going to be using my BK Beauty 101 brush, and this is actually from the travel set. And let me tell you, I just came back from vacation. Well, not just, but you know, like a week and a half ago, 10 days ago. And this is such a good brush. I mean, like, I love this brush, but I love also the size of this brush. Anyhow, let's go for it. Looking up close to the foundation, is a very lightweight, very natural finish, and it's looking fairly good so far. I think it's just a little bit emphasizing my dryness on my nose, just a dash, but you know, any foundation, you have to give it time because you apply it and then your natural oils come through. Also, you know, it all depends in the environment that you live. That, by the way, I live in California by the coastline. It's winter time right now when I'm reviewing this foundation. It's not super dry because I'm not up in the mountains, but it's on the drier side. It's not super cold. I think today is supposed to go up to 72 degrees. So it's gonna be nice weather, and it's a little bit cloudy. You know, the sun comes here and go. It's a little bit cloudy because it has been raining nearby. So that's for your knowledge right there. I want to go ahead and just maybe just use a tiny little more right here, just to build up the coverage. To me, definitely it is a medium coverage foundation. I thought at the beginning this will not give me that medium coverage, but let's count that I do have a lot of freckles, and therefore I cannot really cover them, and I don't like to cover them. I really love to camouflage them just a little. I love to see them peeking through, but right here is where I have a lot of like redness too. Okay, it built up really well without feeling like too heavy. And then the shade, from the moment that I applied it, you may have noticed that look very light, but then it kind of like oxidizes, but not in a way that looks, you know, like orangey in tone, but it just gets a little bit deeper, that it really matches really well with the rest of my skin, with my neck and my décolleté. Like I said, this shade Punjab from Nars is perhaps my most like close match to my skin tone. Okay friends, I'm gonna go ahead and just apply the rest of my makeup, and then I will be back with you to let you know how this foundation is doing. So far, it seems also that it's a little bit of self-setting, although there's a little bit of transfer still in there. As you can tell right there on my middle finger. Yeah, there's still a little bit of transfer. So I will just do first my brows, apply a little bit of concealer, and let's see how it dries down. And if you know me, I tend to do not use powders on the perimeters of my face. If I decide to set a foundation, it's because I feel that it's too tacky, and from time to time I set my concealer. Okay friends, let's speed up this process. Already my friends, completely done with my makeup. Like I mentioned it to you before, I will be leaving all the details of the products that I'm using today on the description box below, along with the links. And now to give you a little bit of my update on this foundation. I didn't find any trouble at applying any powders on top of the foundation. It didn't move or slide, or you know, it didn't make, you know, anything like weird on my face, which I'm really happy to report that. So I really didn't need to set it, so I didn't use any setting powder. The only setting powder that I used, it was a little bit under my eyes to set my concealer, but that was it. That was it. So far everything blended, you know, fairly nicely, I should say. I have to say that the only thing that I find out about this foundation is that it's kind of like setting right here on my nose. And I don't know, perhaps it could be that I didn't blend it really well, or that I need extra exfoliation right here. It could be, but other than that, it doesn't look like it's emphasizing my enlarged pores. It looks pretty good, and it doesn't feel cakey. It doesn't feel heavy either. It is very lightweight that you really do not feel it on your skin, and it definitely has a natural finish. Now you see right here I do have highlighter. Don't look at that. Look right here where I have my large pores and where I did not powder. Look right here. You see like that. This is the finish. This is the finish. Very, very natural finish. Okay, my friends, I'm gonna go out and about for my day. I will give you a couple check-ins and I will let you know how this foundation wears throughout the day. Stay tuned. Alrighty, my friends, here to a quick check-in. It's already 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I have already ate lunch. So the foundation has rubbed off a little bit right here. I mean, the normal, you know, right here too. But overall, I feel that it's wearing really well. I feel like it's not emphasizing my fine lines, you know, like a lot too much or anything like that. It has a still settle right here on my nose, but that happened from the beginning, so I really do not know. And then here on this fine line right here, I see a little bit of settling, but it's very tiny amount. And then on the enlarged pores, they don't look super emphasized. I mean, you know, right there you can see a little bit more. I will use a pore minimizer primer for next time, but so far the foundation is looking really pretty. I like it. So far, I'm liking it. Let's continue with this wear test and I will give you my final thoughts on the next check-in. Okay, friends, it has passed a solid 8 hours since I applied this foundation and I really need a little bit of some sort of lip balm. I think I want to use this Chanel Rouge Coco Balm in the shade Natural Charm. Yeah, that's what I needed, just a little bit. Okay, so I'm ready to give you here my final thoughts about this foundation. This is definitely a natural foundation. Remember, I do have a mature skin, I do have enlarged pores, and I feel that from the beginning the foundation was settling right here. It's not radiant as I'm used to it, but it does reflect a little bit of light in the very subtle way. As you were able to tell when I applied the foundation, it's a very lightweight foundation with a very light liquidy consistency that actually, and this is my norm, at least for me, I don't like to use a full pump of foundation. To me, doesn't work, and I'm happy I didn't do it on this case either, because I only use half a pump, and I feel like if I was to use a full-on pump, it may have become a little bit cakey, because I was able to see from the beginning that the foundation was kind of like, you know, like I do have a very pointy nose, and right here it has settled quite a bit. And throughout the day, I keep looking right here to my smile lines, mostly on this one right here, and it keeps settling and settling on this fine line right here. And I was able to just tap it and let it go. And then another thing that I noticed is my enlarged pores. It doesn't make them look more enlarged or more emphasized, but it's not cakey either. But it's just setting onto them a little, which is something that I don't like. Obviously, I can do this and then, you know, everything is fine, becomes normal. And then this fine line right here is not settling in this fine line right here, you know, like too much or something that it will be overwhelming, and it's not flaking. That's super important for me, that I have dry skin mostly in this area right here, that it doesn't flake, because then that ages me so much, and something that I don't like. So definitely a very natural semi-matte, demi-matte kind of foundation, not really radiant per se. It does have a little bit of, you know, bounciness. It's very natural. It's a very pretty foundation. For me, it's a foundation that I will tend to use the most likely spring and summertime. And then right now that is, you know, winter time, I will say I will use a moisturizing kind of primer, kind of like the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched base. I think that one right there, it will work really beautifully with this foundation. It definitely has a medium coverage, and the coverage, it actually very impressive. It stays throughout the day. I mean, like, there's areas that I don't have the foundation, like right here, you know, but overall the coverage is still there. It's still, you know, like right here the foundation is gone, right here the foundation is gone, right here, all right here the foundation is gone. So it wears beautifully, and I think the ones that will benefit the most from this foundation is those of you that have more of like a combination to oily skin, and those of us that we have more dry skin, mature skin, definitely a moisturizing primer will help, not on how it looks, because it looks pretty. It doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look dry, but if you're looking for something just a little bit more radiant, a little bit more bounciness in light, you may want to tweak it with that. Overall, a lovely foundation from Nars. Not surprising to me because Nars, they tend to do great foundations and great products in general. So I'm happy about it, and I'm excited to keep giving it a go and see how it works, and then see if perhaps next time, instead of using a brush, I would use a sponge and see how it works by applying it with a damp sponge. That will also bring a little bit more moisture when I'm applying it. So I'm excited about this foundation. I will say, you know, it's worth to give a try. Okay, my friends, and I think this makes it for this video. I hope that you found it helpful, informative, and I would love to know from you, are you planning to pick up this foundation from Nars? Have you already tried it? What type of skin you have? How you're liking it? I think that will really enrich the conversation on the comment section down below. And while you're leaving that comment, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share with family and friends, and until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.